Hello passengers, welcome to another beautiful ride on the Complain Train. And today, we are talking about some very interesting gaming news and something that could actually help out your computer. So get your tickets out and let's go ahead and start dishing out some news. Jesus, I fucked it up. Let's get this thing started. Starting the day out in a very interesting way, Dell has finally dropped what everybody has been waiting for, its very first 8K gaming monitor, which is 32 inches and does a lot for basically the gaming and the video streaming and all and all your monitoring purposes. So it's looking beautiful like that. However, that does kind of raise a small question as to how much this thing is going to be priced, because again, you do look at something such as this beautiful monitor and you're like, wait a second, it's 8K, yeah, I like it, it looks interesting, but how much is this shit going to actually cost me? It's gonna cost you about $5 grand. Honestly, this thing actually has some specs. Let me quickly read those off for you, okay? It has a monitoring, it displays over 1 billion colors with 33.2 million pixels of resolution. Has a 280 ppi pixel density, which puts it ahead of even the 5K iMac Retina display. So that $5 grand that you're actually putting in it won't go to waste. It will actually be a really good ass monitor. I mean, just gotta keep it clean and everything, and basically this thing is gonna be running, it's gonna give you the best visuals, I think even better than a TV. So it is something to look forward to. The problem with it is though, and I know that a few people that they may feel this way about it, is that price point. I mean, give or take like that, this is a premium product, but I don't think I should be shelling out, or at least I probably would wait until 8K becomes a thing, and then I probably would pick up this monitor, because again, 4K recently became, or at least I say recently, but it's been a thing for a while now. But again, 4K has been a thing for a while now, so we're taking another step now, above everything. And it seems though that we can actually run it now without actually setting our fucking computers on fire. So that is a good thing. However, can we run something at 8K now, which isn't necessarily going to destroy your fucking computer? Well, that's yet to be seen. I guess in very small intervals. But either way, this is a really good ass monitor. So let's move on to the next story. Moving on, we actually have a really good news drop for Shenmue, which technically really isn't even all that big. Really is just, well, at least it's a big, but it's not that much. There's a possible HD Shenmue coming out. And the cool thing about that, or at least there's an HD remix of Shenmue 1 and 2 coming out. And this was spotted on the European Sega I believe fan page for Shenmue, which basically said, well, yeah, the domain name for those for basically Shenmue HD is actually going to come out. Well, we don't know necessarily when, but it's in the works. And it's something that I don't necessarily think is gonna be a bad thing. I mean, again, playing Shenmue 1 up on a Dreamcast, or at least finding that game for a reasonable price, is gonna be fucking difficult. And Shenmue 2 for Xbox, people don't have Xboxes anymore. I mean, or at least some people they do, but by this point in time of them having their Xboxes, those things are probably ready to die out, until they get a replacer. So best case scenario is, if you want to play the first 2 games again, if you're not an emulator junkie, well, it's time to go out and actually, well, hopefully Sega and everybody else that they actually put out a dang on Shenmue HD collection soon. Because again, when 3 comes out and everybody they don't know where this story started from or what's going on with it, that's really gonna be a major problem. But that is that news story. Let's move on to our next one. I swear this was actually kind of killing me though, which is rumor could Final Fantasy 16 already be in development? This is something in which that we don't necessarily know about, because again, like, this is sort of based off of that trailer that I believe came out back when Final Fantasy 13 was still out, before Final Fantasy 14 was even a thing. It was the ritual trailer of basically of them using guns and everything, and then there was that infamous scene where instead of them using healing potions in a very innovative way, of them drinking like potion and then pouring it on the wound to sort of heal the wound directly. It was sort of stuff like that. However, most of this belief in which that Final Fantasy 16 it could actually be in development, it is because of a user named One Truth Two Lies, who basically posted up a very lengthy post upon what the developers have been saying, like in the past, of saying, okay, well, these are basically the reasons why this game is actually is in development already. And for some reason in the back of my mind, I'm thinking it probably isn't, only because Square actually kind of has a lot on their plate at the moment. I mean, with them trying to do something with Final Fantasy, to moving over to Kingdom Hearts 3, to them moving over back to like the whole Final Fantasy 7 remaster thing, or remake thing. Like, you think about that and it's like, okay, them actually taking all this time out to work on another brand new IP. It could be happening, because again, like, once all this Final Fantasy 15 mess and all this DLC and all that's taken care of, that you can say that game is basically done, because that's one of the Final Fantasy games, like, in a long ass while that kind of hasn't had like any extra DLC or anything, or at least I say a long ass while. I only look for Final Fantasy 13 for that, of them saying, well, no, we have to keep this game alive like a Frankenstein's monster, but 15 kind of wraps up pretty succinctly, or at least pretty neatly. Like, the journey to get that neat ending was kind of goofy, but other than that, it was a pretty tight-ended ending. So, Noctis isn't coming back, but then again, they do want to add in extra endings. However, for what's going on with this Final Fantasy 16 in development thing, I can actually see that happening only after 15 is officially not off of the table, because Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts are already taking up enough of that company's time, and maybe even like some of their other lower end games which that they have been picking with. So that's also something as well. But until then, though, that's that news story. Let me move on to my final one. Finally, we have some news, well, a little bit of movie news. Star Wars Adam Driver says Episode 8 will explore Kylo Ren's humanity and terrorism. Essentially, they're basically saying that, or just wrapping up this entire article, is that they're basically saying that Episode 8, a big chunk of what Kylo Ren is doing in Episode 8 will actually be explained, will actually give you some actual hard diving evidence, or sort of give you a mile in his shoes to sort of explain why he was acting the way he was in Episode 7. Why is it that he wanted to be evil? Why is it that he wanted to be like Darth Vader? Why is it that he wants to be more powerful? Things of that nature. And from how it seems, it looks like that they're actually trying their hardest to actually sort of redo what they did with episodes 2 and 3, of them actually, or at least at the very least episode 3, of them showing how is it that Anakin Skywalker actually became Darth Vader, and what actually led him down the path of what he's doing now. I mean, again, it's very difficult to say that, like, well, now the reason why Darth Vader actually came to be is because he was having nightmares of his wife dying, or at least future sights of his wife dying, and because of that led to the problems that kind of happened. And a good chunk of this, most likely, it could well, I'm only speculating here, but like it could be something very similar with Kylo Ren, of him actually being very, very, very powerful in the Force, and then him actually seeing his mother pass on, or you know, and that sort of led him down his path. Now, necessarily the terrorism, however, and him actually killing off most of the Jedi Knights, that one's a bit justified. I mean, like that one is very difficult to justify, but at the same time, Darth Vader did the exact same thing. I think the reason why Darth Vader's like ascend to power wasn't necessarily as graceful, but was accepted. It wasn't necessarily because he was a dude like in a red suit and a red lightsaber that actually made us like him. It was the fact that he was actually a very intimidating figure. Which Kylo Ren, like in Episode 7, I mean, remember, man, the whole scene of him flailing like a baby because, like, you know, Finn left the ship and shit. You know, like, come on, like that's very difficult to kind of look at him and say, well, yeah, like I think that guy is like really intimidating. But hopefully, Episode 8 it does shine a lot of light upon what is going on with him. But as it stands, we have reached our stop. Ladies and gentlemen, please please. I will see everybody up on the next complain train. Have a good day, and we're out. Hello, Internet. How's it going? Welcome to another episode of the Recap Corner. And today we are talking about Naruto Shippuden specifically, or at least Naruto the Last. I really wish that they would drop another subtitle, but at this point it's kind of pointless. But either way, we are now talking about what is going on with Shikamaru and the Trail for Peace, and basically how everybody kind of has basically grown soft in the past 2 years, or at least some ninjas have, as if they really aren't training anymore, they're not really doing anything, and they're sort of just sitting in the background